Hey guys, Eldrick and Chenzi here from Recentre. So we're going to go through some self-release techniques to help with tension relief, any pain that you guys get. What we're going to use is 2 trigger balls. If you guys have any tennis balls, massage balls, anything firm, the better. And we're also going to use yoga blocks for this. Now the biggest thing that we want to kind of make sure that we notify everyone, when you find tender spots in the body, just make sure you don't fight yourself through pain. We're not here trying to chase pain. We're just going to feel the difference between left and right in our body and just relieve the tension that we hold up. So this first release video is going to work on helping our posture. So a lot of us will be sitting in front of a computer all day, and we just want to be able to open up our posture and just make you feel better. So cool. So we're going to start off first releasing through all the tight muscle groups in the front of our body. So we're going to work on releasing the chest, the shoulders, the subscap muscle, which is just in front of the shoulder blade, and then we're going to work through some neck muscles to the back. Cool? So grab a ball, and we're going to place, we're also going to use the yoga block just for more of a support for our head. We're going to work first through the left side of the pec. So we can use the block as a pillow, placing the ball into our pecs, keeping that arm extended out to the side. Now we want to make sure you get all the meaty part just underneath the collarbone. So I want to apply pressure and just find the area of tension. Now the biggest thing here is you don't want to kind of keep rolling and rolling over the main spots that you want to hit. So when you find the spot, just stay there and apply pressure down onto the ball. Now once you get there, just find it. You can lift and peel your opposite leg across your body and just expose that chest a little bit more and apply more pressure there. So take nice deep breaths through that. Just a reminder, don't force yourself through pain here. Nice deep breaths. With your opposite arm, once you start easing into that, you can start peeling it across just to open up that chest even more. If that's a little bit too much for you, you can just leave that arm, opposite arm, onto the floor. Once that starts easing off, just place the ball in another area of the pecs and peel across. That's very important to really open up the chest at the end of the day, especially if you're in front of a computer all day. Posturally, our chest gets super tight, so we need to show it some love and just open it up through there. All right, slowly ease off that. Now whilst we're on that position on that same arm, so we've started on our left side, I'm going to place the ball into the front of that shoulder, so all that meaty part of that shoulder. We're going to place it down using the block as a pillow and dropping our shoulder onto that ball. Now just find where that spot is for you and just stay there and sink. It is a sensitive area, so make sure you don't fight yourself through this. If you want more pressure, place the ball on the block, on top of the block there, and just leaning into it. Now the front of the shoulder can really cave forward, so it's quite important to release all the tension you get in the shoulder just to help peel your shoulder back. Anyone with shoulder issues, this is quite a good release for that. Just going from side to side, giving it a bit of a massage, rocking your body back and forward. You can start shrugging your shoulder up and down. And finding all that juicy spot there. Just another note to this, guys, you're going to feel a difference between your left side and your right side, and that's totally normal. But through these release techniques that we're doing today, I want you to investigate your body and take note of what was more sore, what was not as sore, and focus on the areas of tension. Focus on those areas that you found really got you going there. As that starts easing off to the front of the shoulder, you can even start lifting your shoulder up and down You can also try to peel it off the ground and up, peel it up and down. I find that block a lot more beneficial for me because it really penetrates the ball into that shoulder. All right, and just rocking off, and we'll switch over to the other side and ease off there. All right, so you can already noticeably feel the difference with the left side of the shoulder and chest compared to that right side. So investigate that. We're going to feel the different spots today. Now we're going to the right side of our pecs. Now, option using that pillow, using that block as a pillow, or you can even sink lower without the block. Now just rocking back and forward while that opposite arm is extended. You can get arms into 90 degrees, just finding different positions. Just placing that ball underneath that collarbone there, so just all that part of the pec. Another option here as well, guys, in terms of movement patterns, you can even try to play around with the arm on the ground and get into a bit of shoulder flexion, abduction of the shoulder, and just breaking up all that tissue there. Peeling your body across. So you can see Chenzi's variation here. She's using the block to support, to prop the ball up further into her chest. Just finding all the different areas in your pecs. Open up your arm just to get deeper into the pec. Like I said, you will feel the difference between your left and right. Generally, you may be told that you have one side weaker than the other. These release techniques apply for both. If it's a weak muscle group, it's going to help activate that weak muscle. If it's a tight muscle group and overworked, it's going to help release that tension that the tight muscle group holds. Just going from left and right, moving your body on top of that ball, giving it a bit of a massage now. All right, and ease off there. Now, if you need to spend more time on it, spend more time on that pec. But this is a good sequence to really get that posture going and pulling it all back. We're going to now go in front of that shoulder here. So using that block or going onto the floor, either way. Placing all that meaty part of that shoulder onto that ball and just apply pressure down towards the floor. Take your time on this one. Like I said, it's very sensitive. It's a very sensitive muscle group, the front of the shoulder. Nice deep breaths through that. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, you can apply more weight onto that ball and just sink in there. Now, some of us may get referrals going down to the fingertips, which is perfectly normal. Those are trigger point referrals, and trigger point referrals will refer into areas that some of us may get tension in. So front of the shoulder, if you get any sort of tension through the wrist and elbow, releasing the shoulder as well as the forearms and biceps, that will be a good recipe for injury prevention and just reducing pain that you may feel. So shrugging your shoulder up and down, giving it a bit of a massage, rocking from side to side. You can lift your arm off the ground. You can just get into a bit of shoulder abduction, just breaking up different fibers of that muscle. Making sure you're not forcing yourself through pain here. It's a very sensitive one. You can even place your arm behind your back as well. If you have the mobility and range here, placing your arm behind your back just to open up the different fibers of that shoulder. All right, and we'll ease off there, guys. So you might feel a little bit of tenderness on both sides. Shake that off, swing your arms. Just a bit of a disclaimer, guys. If you feel tender tomorrow, you've hit some good spots. It's like getting a massage. All right. So we're gonna hit the subscap now. So the subscap muscle really gets your shoulder into internal rotation. So Chenzi is gonna demonstrate side on there. I'm gonna use my thumb. Now, if you can think about just where your underarms are, you wanna think about driving your thumb back to your shoulder blade. So I'm trying to hook and press towards my shoulder blade. So my thumb there, I wanna peel my arm across as I'm applying pressure with my thumb. And I just want to get as deep as I can. So this, and just lifting your elbow up and down, and just playing around there with different movement patterns. So we're not going to spend too much time here. It's just an important muscle to release tension in, because it's usually shortened when you're sitting down at a desk all day or just posturally. So just opening that up there. Now you can even start playing around by opening the arm as I'm continuing to press and drive my thumb to the back of the shoulder blade and forward. You can even go up into shoulder flexion. Ooh, that's a nasty one. And down. So there's another variation you can do with this. If you have a stick at home and you put the stick against the corner of the wall and drive that stick where my thumb is, it's going to be a deeper release. All right, so this one, like I said, you might get referrals down the arm. It's perfectly normal. And just make sure if it's too intense, just ease off a little bit. All right, and ease off there. We'll go to the other side. Thumb just underneath the armpit and driving it to the back of that shoulder blade there. Going across the body and back. Now, as you cross your arm through your body, you can really see if you can dig your thumb deeper into that subscap. And just, you can even like round your posture just to sink your thumb in even more. So just kind of mobilize through that range. Sometimes it might feel burny, it might feel deep and dull. Just play around with different positions in the front of that shoulder blade. All right, and ease up there. Just shake your arms about, just get into some circular movements. So we've released the majority of the anterior side of our body, which gets us that way, so you can feel a bit of an openness after those releases. We're now going to get the back of the shoulder blade. So if you think about your shoulder blades here, that's our shoulder movement into internal and external rotation. We want to open up that, especially for our posture. So we'll start on our left side. Placing the ball just behind that shoulder blade. Now, you want to kind of feel around for this one. This sometimes might be a bit of a fiddly one to get, but as I roll forward onto the ball, you're going to feel that just behind that shoulder blade. Now, what I want you to do, take your time with this one. You can be very sensitive. You can use the block as a pillow. Now, with my front hand, I want to go down towards the floor. Take it easy on this one, it's very sensitive. And go back the other way. Nice deep breaths to this. If it's too much, if the trigger ball or the massage ball is too firm, maybe use a tennis ball for this one. It's a little bit softer because it's a very sensitive muscle group. So we're getting the rotator cuff muscles through the back, peeling down towards the floor and opening up. Now, if you find that real sore spot, just stay there and take a few moments here just to let that settle. It's important not to really tense your body up here. Just try to ease your body. Relax is probably not the word, but I think just trying to let your body settle into these releases. Some people have limitations in getting to external shoulder rotation. This is a good release for that. A lot of people with those restrictions of external shoulder rotation, they'll use their whole body to lift their arm up. So this is a good muscle group that we forget to release most of the time. If you guys get a massage regularly or a sports massage, this is a spot. If you've ever got this massaged, you'll definitely feel the difference to your body after this. Now with the top hand, you can force it down as well if you can't really reach the floor. I mean not force it, but more to guide it down towards the floor. And you can help it peel back. All right, and ease off there. Oof, that's a good spot. Now, if you're a sucker for punishment and love pain, maybe use 2 balls behind the shoulder blade, if you want. All right, so we'll go into the other side, back of the shoulder blade. I'm actually going to use 2 balls for this one on my right side, because I actually have a few shoulder issues that I need to kind of nurse. So, balls behind the shoulder blade. Ow. And same positioning. We want to roll our body onto the balls and get our arm down towards the floor. I'm doing my best not to scream here, but it's not about finding pain, like I said. It's about easing into this. When you do have an injury or compensation in the body, your body will obviously feel the difference between the left and right side. So peeling back the other way, just playing around with movement pattern to see what works best for you. Using that other arm to guide you to get even more range if need be. And back up. So just remember, it's the back of the shoulder blade here. If you get a little bit lower into your lats, it's also a good release for it. But the aim of the game here is getting that rotated cuff through the back of the shoulder blade. If you're not really feeling this, position yourself like going towards the ball or away from the ball. You just try to find the best spot that will get you to release the tension there. Just a few more moments there, guys. Taking nice deep breaths. Peeling down and up. If you have good shoulder external rotation, you could even try lifting the arm up overhead, which can be quite nasty, and down only if you want. But there's another variation there. Really go through good range of movement and ease off there. Now, definitely you can spend more time that you need in these muscle groups. Now, for me, feeling my shoulder movement feels a lot better, open through the chest. Now get into that, give that a go, and hopefully that helps improve a bit of posture there for you, especially if you're sitting down at a desk all day. Now, if you can try to incorporate this twice a week or at the end of each day, you'll feel the difference and you'll feel the full benefit of why we need to release the tension in our body. Hope you guys enjoy that.